During World War II, I served as a Soviet tank operator, and there was one knot in my heart that could never be untied, minus the German White Tiger tank. It seemed like a product that didn't belong to that era, like a demon from hell. Every time it appeared, it would leave us battered and bruised. During our first encounter, I nearly died. The high temperature from the explosion left my entire body charred. Fortunately, soldiers discovered me in time and rushed me to a field hospital, which saved my life. However, it left me with scars all over my body and an unshakable determination for revenge. After recovery, my commanding officer assigned me a gunner and a loader, and entrusted us with the military's newly developed T-minus Third Eye for Tank. Initially, we thought it would take time to adjust to working together, but during our first training session, we hit the target while moving, minus this astonished our commanding officer. Soon, word came from the front lines that the White Tiger tank had appeared. I was ordered to ambush it. Upon reaching the ambush point, we drove our tank into a pit and camouflaged it with branches. Another tank coordinated with us, minus it would operate in the open while we remained hidden, determined to destroy the Tiger tank in one decisive strike. After lying in wait for a moment, the White Tiger appeared. It moved slowly through the dense fog, like a ghostly specter with mysterious whereabouts. Upon spotting the White Tiger, the other tank launched the first attack, but all shells missed their mark. The White Tiger immediately counterattacked, destroying our tank with just one shell. At that moment, I drove the T-minus Third Eye for out swiftly, unfired. Two consecutive shots at the White Tiger, but it only sustained minor surface damage. Just as it was about to lock onto me, I maneuvered the tank behind a destroyed vehicle. The White Tiger continued firing at the wreckage. If this obstacle were destroyed, I would face certain doom. During a brief pause in the bombardment, I emerged from the side, but I couldn't find any trace of the White Tiger, minus it had vanished like a ghost. I sent my loader outside the tank to investigate. He checked both sides, but failed to observe what was behind us. Just as he was reporting back to me, a thunderous explosion came from behind, minus our tank was destroyed by a shell. The White Tiger seemed so confident in its ammunition that it didn't fire a second shot before departing. Once again, I had miraculously survived. A few days later, a scout brought news that the White Tiger tank had sunk into a swamp. We were overjoyed, and after repeated confirmation from our commanding officer, preparations were made to launch a surprise attack on the Germans the following day. The next morning, we prepared for battle. With a coordinated artillery barrage, the offensive officially commenced. The initial advance seemed remarkably smooth, minus we encountered no strong German resistance, and everything proceeded according to plan. However, just as our tank units penetrated deep into enemy territory, a white figure slowly emerged on a distant hill. It was the Tiger tank that was supposed to have sunk in the swamp. The White Tiger calmly adjusted its gun barrel, aiming at the tanks ahead. A thunderous roar echoed nearby. Before our soldiers could recover from their shock, the White Tiger fired again, and another Soviet tank was precisely hit, instantly transformed into a heap of twisted scrap metal. Each of its shots was like a death sentence, minus every shot found its mark. Our tanks seemed like fragile toys before it, easily destroyed. Tank after tank exploded under the White Tiger's bombardment. The battlefield was filled with smoke and flames reaching skyward, littered everywhere with tank wreckage and soldiers' cries. The commander anxiously watched the battle unfold, his expression gradually shifting from initial confidence to shock, and finally to despair. The appearance of the White Tiger completely disrupted all deployments. Faced with this unstoppable white beast, the commander decisively ordered a retreat. The White Tiger, seemingly unwilling to annihilate us completely, slowly retreated back into the thick fog as we began our withdrawal. But I charged out from the retreating tanks and, following the track marks left by the White Tiger, arrived at a deserted village. Soon, the White Tiger quietly appeared before us. I launched the first attack, driving the tank forward aggressively to secure an advantageous firing position. Simultaneously, the White Tiger reacted swiftly, its gun barrel spitting flames and blasting a large crater in the ground nearby. My tank immediately returned fire, creating sparks on the White Tiger's turret, but causing no fatal damage. Subsequently, I fired another shot, hitting the White Tiger's turret, disabling its combat capability. Just as I was about to completely destroy the White Tiger, I unfortunately drove into a mud pit. The gun barrel became clogged with mud. Aiming at the escaping White Tiger, the gun exploded in the barrel instead, and I could only watch helplessly as the White Tiger departed. Later, Germany announced its surrender, and I never heard news of the White Tiger tank again.